Hey Fuzzy, how you doing, Burrito? Good afternoon, stroke morning, Top Scott. Good to see you. Hey Sue, well, I'm okay. It's had a decent weekend. Hey Dave, good to see you. Didn't sleep very well last night, so I'm a little bit fatigued today, but we'll see how we get on. Trying to get the aspect right because had a few complaints last week that people with the cheaper phones couldn't see the full screen. So I've zoomed out a little bit. I'm trying to get a little bit more on this on the screen on the tickety top. Of course, you guys on the old YouTube view at Morning Terry, you pretty much see everything that you need to see. It's all HD streaming, the same on Twitch. Yeah, I had a nice weekend. I say I didn't sleep too well last night, but apart from that, I had a really nice weekend, a really pleasant weekend. Come back, the markets they're not really doing much. S&P 500 is down but sideways at the moment, and well, the markets are down but sideways at the moment, and there's not a lot moving. ISPC is I'll put it up there because it's the top gapper at the moment. It's the only thing that's gapping at the moment, really, and it's up at 257, so it's a little bit lower than it's a little bit below my floor for trading. So I'll wait till after the bell to see it all, see if something happens. All right, I'm going to put a poll up there because will we see the market start to sell off today? What do you think? Let me know your thoughts. And everybody, just get yourself 10 taps of the screen. We've got a whole bunch of people. We should have we should be at least in triple. We should be at least in triple digits now. I'm not sure what we're talking about there, Yusuf. Since when? I mean, I'll give an update later in terms of where I am on the year, if that's what you're looking for. I didn't start with a 5K account, but I did do a 5K account in February, if that's what you're talking about. So I did a $5,000 small account challenge in February. I did a $2,500 small account challenge last month. But I actually, let's just say, when I first started trading a couple of years ago, I started with $10,000 in the account, and I blew it up over the course of about 3 weeks. I reloaded with 5,000, blew that up, over about a month, and then reloaded with 5,000. Cutting a long story short, I lost about 30,000 to start off with. And then since then, I've been consistently profitable. This year, I'm on track to have a 7-figure year. So we'll see how that takes, how we get to that closer to December. But we're on track at the moment. Slightly behind on the net number, but we're ahead on the gross number. What is it they say if for new traders, how to guarantee to get $1 million in your account by the end of the month? Start with 2 million. The problem was, Nereus, there was no jobs for me to apply to. This was during lockdown. So I started off, we went into lockdown, executive positions, which is what I had. There were few and far, but I mean, executive positions aren't something that come along every day anyway. But during lockdown, nobody was hiring. So I had my severance package, and I pretty much used most of my severance package to as my tuition fee for trading. And I say tuition fee because it was an expensive tuition fee, but you certainly learn a lot of lessons. So I think if we weren't in lockdown, I probably would have gone and got another job. I probably would have gone and got another 9 to 5. So it's one of those, because I was submersed in it. I was, we're all locked in at home. We couldn't go out. It was a case of, look, what else am I going to do right now? Either wait it out or do something productive. So I took the chance to do something productive. I mean, I did a few things, but yeah. But the thing is, most of my money's tied up. Actually, I was looking at my other pensions and whether to transfer them across into my SIP. And that's the thing, is that if you're going to be trading, so I can get tax breaks on the money that I put into my pension, and I also get tax breaks on if I trade in my retirement account. So if I actually use my retirement account for investing rather than trading. But if I traded in my retirement account, which is actually with Interactive, not CMEG, it will be tax free. Any gains I make, but I wouldn't be able to withdraw on that until I'm at least 55. So there's pros and cons. Hey Phil. Hey Navigator, how are you? G-Sun making a little bit of waking up a little bit. This is what saved everybody's bacon on Friday that traded it. Moved up from like 25, just above $25 up to $95. It's 260% gain in 2 hours on Friday. Look at this on the look at it on the 5 minutes actually. You'll see what happened. This is Golden Sun Education. There was 8, count them, 8 volatility halts. Every single one of them was on the uptick. So halted upwards. We've got multiple volatility halts upwards. I think only 2 of them didn't gap up. So very interesting stock to move all the way up to 95. Sold off hard in the last half an hour of the market, but in that kind of 60 to 90 minutes on the move up, it was just a dream to trade. And to be fair, I didn't trade it all the way up. I had a bottle of wine open. I managed to get 10,000 up on the day, and I locked my montage. I kind of look back and think I left about 30 grand on the table with that by not trading it into the rest of the day. But Homo Camel to be a killer. Well, I think you're brave for calls. What, at the end of October, T-Box? I mean, your SPY calls. If you look at this on the 60-minute, you'll see it's looking weak. And we've got this bounce up into the close yesterday on Friday, but it looked more like a bull trap than anything, more like a bit of a dead cat bounce than anything. We're approaching the June lows, which was 362, which is the 2022 lows from back in June, which was 362.17. So if we get a sell-off today, we could actually hit those lows today. It's only here, 362.17. In fact, what I'll do is I'll put a little horizontal on it, 362.17. 362.15 is close. This little line here is the lows of 2022. So if we touch that, it could trigger some panic. Tends to happen like that. You break new lows, trigger some panic. So what do you think, guys? Will we continue to have a sell-off? Will we hit those? Will we revisit those lows from June? The 362 on the SPY, or will we get a bounce today? Will we get a continued sell-off this week, or will we get a bounce? Let me know your thoughts in the chat. Take part in the poll if you can see it. I'm not seeing any poll. I thought I'd put a poll out there, but let me just. Yeah, the poll's running. I've got a poll running in progress. Currently, nobody thinks that we're not going to get a continued sell-off at the moment. That's poll is on TikTok, not YouTube. I'll have to work out how to configure polls on YouTube at the same time. But the polls currently, 2/3 of you are saying that we will get a continued sell-off, and 1/3 of you are saying, well, we're not sure. We don't know. Nobody actually thinking that we're going to get a rally. Let me know in the comments if you're on YouTube or Twitch. Do you think we'll get a sell-off or a bounce today? Trading very sideways underneath the VWAP on the S&P 500. 76 base points down. The Russell is actually the worst performing market, which is the small cap index, and just happens to be the index that I take most attention to, because the majority of day trading stocks that I use would fall under that Russell banner. Yeah, well, that's a fair comment, Phil. If everybody's being fearful, maybe it's time to be brave. If the world is fearing a continued sell-off, maybe take the opposite stance. Be the 12th man, as it were. Good afternoon, James. Interesting. So I'll run this poll on TikTok. I'll continue to run the poll to the bell, and then we'll see where we're at. See who's right and who's wrong. We've not got a lot of movement at the moment. There's not a lot really moving. Let me just have a look at the chart on LVTX. Why did that pop up? Lava Therapeutics popped up 15 minutes ago. Top of the hour. Did we get... Right, okay. So CGN and Lava Therapeutics announced exclusive worldwide license agreement to advance Lava 1223, a preclinical gamma delta bispecific T-cell engager, or EGFR expressing solid tumor. So it's a cancer catalyst. Lava to receive upfront payments of 50 million with potential for milestones of up to 650 million plus royalties. That's not a bad catalyst. So it's 9.5 million float, virtually no short interest either. So interesting. We saw on Friday, you get a good catalyst, and if you don't get the continuation after the first move up, sometimes it just fades. Good relative volume as well. So right now, probably the most interesting one is Lava Therapeutics. Put that on the watch list. I can check kit for you, lady, no problem at all. So there's no volume. There's not really been a lot of volume. It's had a bit of a hard sell-off this last month. But it's currently 433. So this is Nauticus Robotics. I don't know too much about the company directly, but it's not looking very strong. There's 381 shares been traded in the out-of-hours session. So there's no volume. From an intraday perspective, it's not looking... There's no trades at all from an intraday perspective, not yet at least. It's about 4%, almost 4% down on the day based on that last transaction. But there's nobody actually trading. It was only 16 transactions taking place today. And it's looking weak on the daily as well. So...
I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't got nothing to hide, we move forward like soldiers. You better wake up for the pay stub, or you'll pay up. Don't make love to the game, bruh, fuck the game up. Change up, rearrange stuff to your greatness. Famous for the way up, play the game, bruh.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on
We've got LVTX seems to be the only one that's moving right now, but it's moving sideways. So it popped up on that news. It's a good catalyst, good strong catalyst by any stretch of the imagination, but it's slightly above the VWAP. But we're just getting consolidation here. We're not moving at all. 550 is the level that it needs to get above. But a nice little horizontal there at 550, $0.50. It did get rejected at 6 as well, so half and whole dollars are the areas that we need to be looking at. Last time we were up at this level, we had support or resistance at $5. Got resistance at $6, which we've just had. So this is on the daily, and it went as high as 680, 690. That was earlier this year. So we're getting a bit of consolidation here under the 550 level, kind of coiling a little bit. We're getting this ascending wedge. If it holds above the VWAP, holds above $5, keeps retesting that $0.50 of 550. We might get a continuation a little bit later with a bit more volume. So this is Lava Therapeutics. One of only really two stocks that have moved so far this morning. What I would say the required amount of volatility. It's a quiet morning. We've had a few of these last week, very pedestrian pre-markets, and then it's been a waiting game, a matter of patience. And I certainly didn't have the patience on Wednesday, but it came back to me on Thursday and Friday. And we managed to get good green days out of both of them. So when we cleared Wednesday's drawdown, we lost over $18,000 on Wednesday, but we cleared that on between Thursday and Friday. We've actually cleared that, and we're back up to the highs again. Ideally, we want to be having around $6,000 a day all this week. If we can get to 30k, that's going to stand us in good stead for the month. Because I took 2 weeks off at the beginning of the month, it's not likely I'll get that 100k on the month. But we're currently at 28.50 on the gross profit. So if I can get 30k, we can get to 60k, which will be, which will be fantastic. Get 30k out of this week. I normally target myself on 5k a day, but needs must. We're currently averaging just under 3,200 this month. When I first started off, yes, I did, Ryan. That was over the course of about 3 or 4 months, yeah. Well, actually a bit longer than that. About 4 months. I blew up my account 3 times, yeah. Came close to doing it a fourth time actually before I started making profits again. Yeah, absolutely, Ryan. What else was I going to do? Refueled it with my own cash, absolutely. Well, what happened is I got a nice severance package from the job that I was in previously, so I had the reserves to be able to do that. Most people don't. If they kind of go all in, and they don't have the reserves. So, well, some people have the right temperament for trading, others don't. It's not for everybody. Don't. It's not one of those things where it's a get rich quick thing. It's more, you know, get wealthy gradually kind of thing rather than get rich quick. It's a lot more difficult than people realize. Well, it's consolidating there. There is. I'm looking for a little bit more confirmation. Right now, there's not a lot to look at crypto. It's at the moment we're just, I think, Lava Therapeutics and iSpecimen are the two movers on the day. So iSpecimen is a lower price stock. It's a bit below my floor. So this is up at 260s now. It's 27%, 27% up on the day. It's got reasonable volume pre-market. And then we've got Lava Therapeutics, which has got another, again, good catalyst. And this one's up already 120% on the day. That's the aim, Maka. That's the aim. I'm going to try and make Nereus proud and have a green first trade. I think the last 2 weeks, my first trade has been red every single day. Before, I'm not saying it's my first trade, but my first position has been a losing position, and I've had to go in and claw that back. I'm just going to be kind of disciplined today and careful. This is Lava Therapeutics and ISPC. I'm going to put these on the small screen for those of you that are on YouTube and Twitch. These really are the only ones that are moving at the moment. That's not to say we won't get some movement throughout the course of the morning and certainly after the bell. Well, I don't trade Forex, so I won't be taking any punts because I don't gamble on my trading. So I won't be taking a punt crypto. But I don't. This is a day trading channel for equities, stocks, and shares rather than crypto and Forex. We do discuss crypto, but we don't tend to. I don't tend to get involved in Forex. I just think Forex, for me, Forex is a mug's game. I'm not saying there aren't people out there that are profitable, but there are very few of them in Forex. That's long term. Oh, Agriforce amends the terms of the Delphi deal. Cuts the purchase price and extends the closing date. So it's Planned acquisition of Delphi. Amend the closing date to allow time to complete the 14A and reduce the purchase price from 29 million to 17.6 million. There's potential earnout of up to 6 million. So let's have a look at Agri. Is that going up or down? Not going up. It's not doing anything. I thought that might actually move the needle a little bit. No, not at all. Yeah, I mean the strength of the dollar is actually, it's not a good thing for the US markets, because it could plunge in terms of exports and the likes. It makes it more difficult for US based companies to export. Everything gets a little bit more expensive. I can remember not too long ago, it's less than 20 years ago, that the pound to the dollar was like, it was $2 to a pound. I'll take a look at the chart for you. Slightly up 1.3 today, but again, there's no volume. There's nobody trading it. There's like 7,500 shares traded today. There's nobody trading it. So from an intraday perspective, from a day trading perspective, no, I don't like it. There's just not enough volume, not enough volatility, and from a swing trading perspective, it's looking kind of weak. It's moving in line with the wider markets, it looks like. So it is looking kind of weak. It broke lows on Friday, 170 for the first time. So whilst it's up slightly today, maybe getting a bit of a dead cat bounce. I don't from a purely technical point of view, without going into the fundamentals, I don't like the look of the chart on the daily. Certainly don't like the look of the intraday chart. So just purely from a trading point of view, not from an investment point of view, but purely from a trading point of view, an intraday trading point of view, no, I don't like it. I'll take a look at it, crypto again. So Galera Therapeutics, nobody trading this either. There's like 1,500 shares been traded in the out of hours session. So from an intraday perspective, there's no trade there. It's one of those garbage stocks. It's less than $2, so I don't trade it anyway. But it's only been up above $2 3 times in the last while. So it just spiked there briefly, but in terms of regular session, it's 3 days in the last 6 months it's been above $2. So Galera Therapeutics doesn't look great to me right now. Yeah, it's been selling off quite a while. It's consolidating since kind of May, June, with a downwards trend. Had a bit of a move up the beginning of this month, but selling off again. So, but it's the lack of volume, the lack of people trading it. To get good, reliable moves, you need the volume. Without the volume, there's no trades. Yeah, well, I mean that's the thing. You never know if the market, even if it gets good clinical trial results, you never know what the market's going to do. We saw that last week with one that had really good clinical trials. It popped up and then sold off for the rest of the day. I'm like, that was a bit disappointing. Pioneer Power just popped up. Let me have a look. Is this on a catalyst or is this just general sector volatility? Just looks like general sector volatility by the looks of it. Pioneer Power's jumping 11%, but why? Thanks, Benzinger. You've told me that it's jumping, but you're not telling me why. Probably no specific news on that one. Not seeing it, at least. It's a small enough float, 4.9 million in the float. Crappy. If I'm talking about intraday trading, I'm talking about day trading. I couldn't give a monkey's chuff about the fundamentals. The majority, because I trade low float, low cap stocks for the main. I occasionally venture into mid caps for day trading, but the majority it's low float, low cap stocks, and the majority of these companies are garbage. So the fundamentals don't make any difference whatsoever, whether it's a good company long term or not, whether they've got, you know, a good balance sheet or not. It doesn't make any difference. The reason that they're moving is a transitory catalyst. So you might get, you know, FDA approval on a drug, or a patent granted on a technology, or some good news catalyst, an activist investor's taking a large shareholding. There's rumors of an acquisition, all these kind of things, which are a transitory catalyst. It'll move up quickly. Maybe you'll get some continuation for a couple of days, and then it'll sell off again. So technicals all day long. I'll look for a fundamental catalyst for a move, but I'm not going to dig into what the EPS is, or you know, do they have a good balance sheet, what the long-term projects are. I wouldn't do that level of fundamental analysis on a stock before I take a trade from an intraday perspective. What I will do is, if I'm going to do swing trades, or certainly if I'm value investing, I don't tend to value anything, invest long-term in anything that's outside the S&P 500. But if I'm swing trading, I'll do a little bit more fundamental analysis. Day trading, technicals, all I really need. Well, crypto, if the market hates it, then I wouldn't say it's a great stock. You know, it's kind of a contradiction in terms. I do trade long-term, Ladybug, and that's where. So what do I do with my gains? I don't just leave it in the bank. I take my gains and I put them into long-term holdings. So actually, Faraday's moving, it looks like. I put it into long-term for my kind of retirement plan, if you will. My outgoings, cost of living expenses, etc., and then take a third for the tax man, a third for longer term investing and longer term growth, and then I take a third for cost of living and pay my living expenses. That tends to be what I do on the gains I make from day trading. No, I was not. I mean, we could look at Sundial here, for example, and there's a lack of trading going on with this at the moment. There's a lack of volume. It's only 30,000 shares traded at the moment with Sundial. Now, Sundial is in a sector that I think is long term. I will be bullish on, and I would have no problems going with an ETF in that sector, but long term. But individual companies, because it's a relatively new sector as well, individual companies are either going to, a lot of them are just not going to exist in 2 to 3 years' time. And a lot of them are going to either merge or they're going to be acquired by other companies. There's going to be a select few that will continue to be good in this particular sector. What I would say about Sundial though is it's very low priced, but it's not a low float stock, which is one of the problems with it for me from a day trading perspective. I mean, we're talking what, quarter of a billion shares in the float, so it's very much a mid-sized stock when it comes to float size. The movement of the stock, because it's such a high float as well, it tends to move with the market, and the market's been selling off all year, so likewise, so is Sundial. I thought Molson Coors was the biggest beer brand in Canada. Am I mistaken for that? Molson Coors? It's absolutely crap. I wouldn't wash my car in it, granted. Terrible beer. It's better than Budweiser though. I'd rather get a pint of this with meth in it than drink Molson Coors. Ah, right, okay, biggest retailer. Molson Coors have they bought the Burtonwood Brewery for those of you that are not familiar with Canadian beer and are in the UK. Molson Coors own the Burtonwood Brewery. They own the Burtonwood Brewery, which is the largest single brewery in the UK, and down in Burton-on-Trent, I believe. And yeah, they have. Thanks for the flowers, Edison. And they make some half decent beers out of Burtonwood, but just not a big fan of Coors. What else is moving? Golden Sun's starting to move up now. What's the volume like? The volume's not enough to trade it right now. The volume wasn't, to be fair, the volume wasn't great on Friday, but relatively speaking, I mean, it was like we're talking about a five times volume across the day. And the majority of that happened in the last 2 hours. So it had good relative volumes. It was like 5x relative volume. And that's really what matters. Right now, we're not getting, I mean, the volume candles are like 1,000 and 2,000 shares a minute. So it's still not great. But if it moves anything like it did on Friday, and the volume comes in, it could be one to watch. It's down heavy, but watch $50 on that one. Well, good luck if you get into that crypto. I hope it works out well for you, buddy. Let's go back to Lava Therapeutics. So we broke 550. We got up as high as 580s. Broke 550 on this candle here. That's where the volume came in to break the flat top. and holding the $0.75 level, move up, break, hold 580 and move up to $6. That would be nice on this one. It's just not. It's not what I would class as a plus setup, just because the volatility is not moving. You look at the ATR is what, just under 14 cents. We're not really getting the speed of movement in terms of price action right now. How are you doing on that one, Nereus? You were in at 520, I believe. About 40 cents up, I think. You still in it? Let me know if you're still in that one, Nereus. I do have a Discord, but it's a private Discord for the Day Trade with Tony students. So people who take my course get access to the private Discord. Trappy. I try not to spread myself too thin. Sure, Nereus. It's not. I thought we might get a little bit more volatility with this one, but hey, look, it is what it is. You're not in a bad position there at 520 though, Nereus. Testing 570 again. We're getting a little bit of a flag formation on the 5 minute. It's step stoning up to its back up to kind of test $6. So watch this space, I guess. GSUN's moving, but I can't take a trade there. If you take a trade with GSUN on the basis of a gut feel, you're just gambling. There's no pattern set up there. There's no catalyst as such. In fact, there was no catalyst where when it moved, it was just pure technical that allowed me to trade it on Friday. You too, Crypto. Have a great day. In fact, everybody have a great day. I hope you're all profitable. Everybody wins. I feel like Oprah when I say that. Everybody gets a Tesla. So ISPC on the 5 minute is a bit of a kind of M pattern, which is bearish, and double top. And Lava Therapeutics, well, breaking highs, testing that $6 again there. Getting some decent volume coming in with it as well. Got rejected at $6 previously. There we go. I might be interested in trading this. 610 is the high. Sava could well be. Take a look at that in a moment. Yeah, there's nobody trading it this morning, that's for sure. Take a look at it for you. So slightly down, 3.5% down on the day. Cassava Sciences. It moved up quite well last week and sold off heavy at the open on Friday, and had a little bit of a bounce in line with the market on into the close on Friday, but it's consolidating and breaking lows again. So Sava's not looking very strong at the moment. It's below the VWAP, so that's downwards trending. But turnaround, you never know. But I don't think it's going to reach those kind of highs it did on Thursday for a little while. So yes, Rory, I would say it's done for now. Down at under 40.50 now, or 40.45. $607 is the high of that candle. And that was 602. It's called a market maker, Ryan. So the market makers make money on the spreads. So it's their responsibility to take the opposing position to your trade. That's what market makers do. So there's always got to be it's a zero-sum market. There's always a buyer for every seller, and the market makers are the ones that will, as I say, they make money out of the spreads. A low liquidity stock will have a wider spread for that very reason. So the market makers will make more on the transactions because they can't offload those shares or they can't buy those shares elsewhere. But it's the market makers that are the ones that take, by default, will take your adverse position. So Citadel have taken another loan to pay the debts. Wait for the break of $6 again, the re-break of $6 now. I see Citadel have taken another loan to repay the debts, and in terms of cash flow, because well, they do. That's the whole point, Ryan. They do have a ton of cash tied up. That's the whole point. They always have someone to offload to. There's always someone buying. There's always someone selling. And like I say, they make They make the money in the spreads. So not every transaction is going to be profitable for them, but in the long term, it's like going to the casino and you know, on the roulette wheel, there's usually 2 green numbers as well. So you've either got 0 and double 0, or just a plain 0. It just makes tips the edge in the casino's favor. Same in the markets. The edge is tipped in the market maker's favor. Hey Steve. I knew it was raining. Any thoughts on the SPY of today, T-Box? Well, that's why I put the poll out there. Currently, I was asking you guys on TikTok to let me know what you thought, if the markets will continue to sell off today, or whether they will rally, or whether you're kind of on the on the fence and not sure either way. Currently, 59% of you believe that we're going to get a continued sell-off. 17.5% of you think that you haven't a clue, it might be sideways, or you don't know if it's going to be up or down. And 23.5% of you have decided that we're probably going to see a bit of a bounce today. We'll get a bit of a rally today. Right now, the SPY's up at 367, so it's trying to get to that green line before the bell. Talking of the bell, that's only 30 minutes away. So, yeah, I think the general consensus is that the majority of people are believing that we're going to get a continued sell-off. On the back of that, I think it was Ryan said earlier, that if the wider populace is expecting a sell-off, don't be surprised if we get the opposite. Market makers do like to push the price in the direction that is going to make them the most money. There's a lot of fear. And you know what Warren Buffett once said? When others are being fearful, then's the time to be brave. And when others are being brave, then's the time to be fearful. Well, oh, he's not daft, Nereus. He'll be taking profits as he goes, for sure. Nobody goes broke taking profits. Just remember that. Holding on to a winner too long is almost as bad as holding on to a loser too long, because once it starts to turn against you, you need to be taking profits. That's a fair call, that one, Nereus. Good trade. What kind of share size did you have? We'll get a bit of a pullback there on the on the 5 minute double red candle in the 5 minutes. So DraftKings trying to make a move up. We're still not seeing a lot of movement. Very, very tranquil market, pedestrian market again today. So just be patient, guys. That's what I'd say. I was patient on Thursday and Friday. Finished the live stream. We were 2,000 up on Thursday. We finished just shy of 10,000 up by the end of the day. On Friday, we weren't that far up either on Friday, and we finished just over 10,000 up. So across the 2 days, Thursday and Friday, 20k worth of profit just by being patient. Sometimes that's what they say is that the money is made in waiting. The money is not made in trading. $362. Oh, resistance, or not support. So right now we've got a resistance at 368.50 on the SPY. We've got we've got the whole dollar of 368, which is where we closed on Friday. I would say that's a bit of a resistance level that we need to get above, but 36850 is that kind of 368, give or take 50 cents, is where I see the resistance. Yeah. A bit of volatility coming into this now. That was way too much risk that I took there. 30 cents now. Marius, is that offer for the to buy your shares at 540 still open? That was a horrible fill, considering the spreads are only like 1 or 2 cents. How I got filled up at there at 609 when I pushed the button for the break of $6 is shocking. So much for direct market, low latency. That's a terrible fill. Bit of a fake out on that breakout. Let's see. We've got exactly 25 minutes, 24 minutes to the bell. Breaks a $0.75 again. Yeah, I'm gonna get out if it breaks $0.75. I'll come back to it later after the bell if it moves. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you again, Neris, but it looks like this is going to be a red start like I've been doing all the time. First trade red in order to go green. So these red to green days are a bit worrying for me. The first trade, the judgment's always been bad this last fortnight, I would say. like that Gravestone Doji though. Hey beginner. Good to see you back. Thing is with pre-market, you can't put stop losses in place. You've got to do it all manually. You've got a mental stop loss. So you've got to do it all manually because a stop loss is essentially a market order. It's get me out of this position if it reaches such and such a price at the best available price. And that's why you occasionally get slippage, and sometimes you get a hell of a slippage on a stop loss. But that's why you occasionally get slippage, is because it's a market order, and market orders only execute during the open market. So you have to trade limit orders pre-market and post-market. Actually looking fairly good on the higher time frame. 610 is the current flat top that we're finding. Well, this is Lava Therapeutics. Already up 146% on the day, and it does have a good cancer catalyst, which is prompting that move. So it's one to watch at the bell for sure. Possible gap and go. Need it above ideally above $6, and hold into the open. ADTX. On low volume making a move. We won't look at it because the volume's so very low. It's a nice move over the last 15 minutes or so. 9% move up. Aditext is the company. Yeah, I just called that out, Anthony. Looking for a retest of the high 610, back above the whole dollar, and then retest 610. Bit of support around the kind of 580 level. Yeah, ADTX is a nice little pump there from kind of 280 up to 350, making good moves. ADTX, all that volume, and I said that's all come in that last 2 minutes. Nice little pullback. Is there a catalyst for that? Not seeing any particular news catalyst on out of text. Very small float. 1.1 million in the float. Pulling back quite a bit from the 350 high. Out of text, it's down at under 330 again now. Seems to have a bit of range to it. Yeah, different strategies there, Brian. I'm a breakout trader. Naresh is a dip trader. There's no right or wrong way. It's what works for you. If you're losing money, that's the wrong way. If you're making money, it's the right way. So different people have different temperaments and work better with different styles of trading. I found dip buying's quite good for long-term investing for me. I can do that in terms of my wider portfolio over the long term. Just intraday, I find dip buying, second guessing at the bottom of the dip has always been my problem. Always getting in a little bit too early or a little bit too late. And yes, you look for kind of support and resistance levels to help with that. Hey Chesty, good to see you. How's Oz? I invest in UK stocks, but I don't trade them intraday, Ronan. So I have no problem investing in UK stocks, but just from an intraday perspective, the volume is on the US markets. You can get some volatility in the UK, depending on what catalyst you've got, but the volume is always going to be on the US markets. So that's why I trade the US markets for day trading. Yeah, it's more than Dublin. It's actually, the weather's not too bad here in Dublin. It's a bit overcast, but it's a typical autumn day. Those of you wondering what autumn is, if you're in in North America, typical fall day. Let's get out there. I'll cut that for a red. It's not breaking out like I want it to. Then you tend to find that if it doesn't go straight away, it's probably not going to go, so cut it. And if it does go, you can always get back in. Finding using the VWAP as support quite nicely. ADTX. We've got 13.5 minutes to the bell. Have any of you registered for the World Series of Day Trading yet, guys? Will you be taking part? Let me know. Who's my competition going to be? Are you going to be taking part in the World Series of Day Trading next month? Let me know. Yeah, I know. I think you mentioned it on one of the comments there, Fuzzy, that you got registered and accepted. Anyone else going to give Fuzzy and myself a run for our money next month? Well done, Super. Whole lot of fun. They didn't accept you, Matt. Good stuff. Got the link. You got the link in the description there if you want it, Chesty, if you need it. Well, I don't think it's like the poker tournament, and the first one out gets a a booby prize. Mind medicine. Well, you might not get a confirmation email straight away, Matt. What tends to happen is they will reach out to you by phone first. They'll get in touch with you by phone. They'll give you a call. Not really. It's just go and sign up on that link, and it's fine. I'll get to be able to keep an eye on who's used my channel for signing up. It's free to sign up, so there's no benefit to anybody. There's no discounts or anything to sign up via my link, because it's free to sign up. But it just it gives me an idea of who's going to be competing that's registered from my stream. That's all. Nice little flag setting up here with the VWAP as the support. This descending resistance. Oh, that's just broke. Still got the flag there, but the VWAP's no longer support. It's there's a bunch of people run it, but the partners that I used to work with, and I probably will be doing again after this week, is TradeNet. I've competed in it the last 2 sessions, and that's how I got to partner with TradeNet. So TradeNet are a good they're a good bunch of guys. It's good fun, actually. If you've not traded before and you want to do it, not only are the prizes up for grabs, but it's a good education as well, because you've got maximum cumulative drawdown of $10,000 off your 240,000 starting position. So you'll have to manage your risk, but also if you want to get into the top positions, you're going to have to ride those breakouts, and you're going to have to ride your winning positions out for maximum value. So it's a good way of training your brain to trade profitably. You've got to manage your risk so you don't lose much, but you've also got to maximize your winners and maximize your gainers so that you're actually competing. It's it'll be an interesting week. Well, to be fair, September isn't usually this quiet. It's usually August that's this quiet, and we had an absolutely fantastic August. August was normally, last year in particular, it was quiet in comparison to the rest of the year. But this year, September's the one with the lack of opportunities, it seems. TradeStation tends to be more North America there, Matt. It takes place from the 18th to the 25th there, Super Chip. If you check, like I say, there's a link in the description. First in the link tree. First link in the link tree take you through to the registration page. But you've got all the website there. Just go and check it out. I'll tell you the prizes, the rules. The rules are essentially that you're given a 240,000 paper trading account, live paper trading account. When I say live, it's real-time data. And it's market time only, no pre-market or post-market trading, it's market hours only. And you've got a maximum drawdown of $10,000, and you have to trade at least 4 days of the week. So you've got 7 days from the 18th to the 25th inclusive, and you've got to trade at least 4 days. Rules are fairly simple. There's over $50,000 worth of prizes. There's a lot of there's some top firm funded account prizes. There's a vacation package. There's education packages, like trading education packages. There's quite a lot, some good prizes, and if it's free to enter, so there's no harm, no foul. What else moving? ADT's pulling back some. We've got 5 minutes to the open. Bio break, I think, before the bell goes off. Well, it doesn't look like Miyako's getting her treat today. We're a good 1,200 likes off the 3,000 level. I'm gonna let her know that you guys don't love the Chow Chow anymore. It's okay, baby. I still love you. I'll take you to the Vex tomorrow. Don't worry. Guys on YouTube, come on, just get your finger out and hit that thumbs up button. We've got nearly 3 dozen people there watching at the moment, and less than half of you hit the thumbs up button. It's really helped me out, guys. We're going to get a breakout for ADTX now. Just quick downwards line is what I drew. Did test it. We're going to get a breakout now. I'm not sure. I'll wait to the bell. We've got 2 minutes to the bell, so even if we get a breakout, I'll wait for that. See what actually happens. Stabilis moved up last week on the Wednesday, I think it was. I lost money on this one as well. I think I did on Wednesday, and just been selling off since. ISPC selling off. Lava Therapeutics selling off. I don't mind this coming back to the VWAP here because that potentially could give us that boost we need. Then break out and go on a gap and go. We've got a little over a minute left. Markets kind of sideways more than anything at the moment. Above the VWAP, bit of an M pattern there on the 1 minute. Might be quite bearish if it breaks below the VWAP. We'll find out in 20 seconds. I'll change the scanners over, shall I? There we go. Sell off on Lava Therapeutics right now. SPY just tried to go red, or stay red. Tried to sell off. ADTX. Those are the big movers to start off with. So are we going to get a gap and go set up here? Hey, we're in at 329, looking for 340. ISPC back above the VWAP, or testing the VWAP. get a cushion on this. Looking for 340 on the ask. On the bid, sorry. That's on the ask. Acted on the ask. The 10-cent trailing stop in place for the rest. So that's the start we needed. After the bell, see how far this moves up before we get stopped out. We're in at 329. We've got 2,500 shares at 329 right now, and we've got a 10-cent trailing stop in place. Current ask is 43, so my stop is 35. Current high days is 45, 46. ADTX. That's the Russell Index moving up. The SPY moving up. The markets are all moving up. So maybe we'll get a bit of momentum generated today. The Russell Index is moving up. We might get some of these small cap stocks have a bit of volatility. So we're approaching the $0.50. The current, there we go. We just broke the pre-market high. Oh, do I get stopped out? Must have. Yeah, I got stopped out there, so that's okay. 650. We're almost green on the day. Only. Let's have a look. Alakos testing $6, almost 14% up on the day. And now, any particular reason why this is moving? It's not the most volatile stock at the moment. There's a few others that are better. The volume isn't the best. I wouldn't say it's an A+ setup, but it's moving upwards. Some insider trading going on Alakos. With some people buying. So this is Melco Resorts moving up. It's currently 21% up on the day, up at 640s. Be careful with Tellurian. So Tellurian just moved up 7.5%, but it sold off hard on the back of they're losing. They've been written notification of losing an LPG contract. So let's have a look at Roblox. Oh, up at 37s. Roblox 6% up on the day, moving up. Like to see it break 38. I entered that by accident. I didn't really want to do that. Press the Okay, well, I'll just hold that. Let's see if it does break 38. That was my fault. Accidentally bought 1,000 shares. See where it takes us. I would have looked for a break of 38 here, so I'm at 37.90. Roblox, would you... Testing 38. Hive session is 95, 37.95 Hive session right now. Hey, it happens. If you're trigger happy on your hot buttons or in your hotkeys, I've done worse. I've gone in and on the hotkeys and with a dirty keyboard and bought 5,000 shares, and the keys have stuck, and I've ended up buying 35,000 shares. That was a scary moment. List the $50 and I'll get it. I where it bounced before, so the ADT deal. Right, okay. Yeah, I get that. That's let me just, where is this? There we go. I had the old setup from the small account challenge when I had both things open, so there you go. Oh, I don't know about that. SHPH. Nice, moving up today. Moving up nicely today. We're up at 635s. I don't know what you're in at, user. If you're kind of holding bags up at $40, I wouldn't hold much hope. But if you're holding bags at $10, yeah, there's a glimmer. It's looking kind of strong at the moment now. The spreads are 20 cents. Just be wary of that. Oh, ranging between 5 and 20 cents. Looking for the break of $7 here. I'll put 9. It was a glimmer of hope. I wouldn't hold my breath on that. Getting to 9 today. That's a big. You're gonna have a big ask. Gonna have to move about 100% for you to get your money back. Oh, 70% at least. Currently up 13%. Oh, 10%. I'm falling. I think. 5, 2. Oh, 35. Not getting many halts, not in terms of volatility. ADTX moved up. ISPC is back above the VWAP. ISPC. Right now, spreads are about 10 cents. Quite they're kind of rangy. Between 5 and 20 cents. At 10 cents seems to be the average on the spread, in the spreads. Well, we'll see if we can get a couple of good days upwards momentum with it. There's a chance, but it's not holding. Need a bounce here, otherwise I'm gonna have to get out. Hey Robbie, good to see you, buddy. Faraday making big moves again this morning. I know it's below my floor, so that's why you're not seeing it on the scanners. Faraday was about $1.60, I think, the last time I saw it. $1.10 it is. Just put that on the watch list chart for you there, Robbie. You can have a watch of that. So the only one moving is according to the momentum scanner. The only one there is the one we're watching right now. Is Shuttle Farmer. Let's put the stop in there at 620, effectively 40 cents. I'll move it up if we get past into the green again. I was looking for $7 here, but we'll see. Put a nice little rail line in. Is anybody else seeing anything worth trading right now? It's a very pedestrian start to the day. Oh my dear, what's going on with AMC? They've just announced an equity distribution agreement. Let's take a look at AMC. Oh, they're down again. Down at $7 now. $7.74. Ugh. Will they ever get back up towards kind of $15, $16 where I thought it would have been a good price for them? Probably not. Yes. No, that's not coming back. Shining light on the four trades so far. It's the only one that's profitable. Get rid of this now. Nice one. The overall markets are not really doing much. I mean, the S&P 500 is just gone. Actually, saying that, the Nasdaq's just motored. So let me have a look. Tesla. Come on, in your own time. There you go. Tesla's motoring. Microsoft motoring. So tech stocks are up quite a bit, quite a lot actually. So yeah, tech stocks are doing well. IWM, so the small cap index up slightly, 40 base points. The S&P 500 not so much. So what's actually bringing it down? That's a good question. Let's have a quick look at the maps and see what is bringing the S&P 500 down. Well, healthcare's down, real estate's down, energy is all down, utilities. So technology and communications seem to be up. Consumer cyclicals are up. Defensive's down. Utilities, energy, real estate, healthcare, all down. So that's what's holding the S&P back. In terms of the wider market, yeah, healthcare, energy, utilities. That's really what's driving things back. So technology, communications, etc. They're all up, which is why the Nasdaq's doing so well. Magic Empire Global. No. Melco Resorts and Entertainment Group. There you go. So Melco shares are trading higher after Macau officials signaled that COVID-19 travel restrictions will be lifted. Macau's chief executive said that China would resume an on-visa scheme for mainland travellers and permit group tours per routers. Okay, so looks like pandemic's over. Nice. Three 674s, high at day. Who was looking for kit earlier? That's moving up. It's low volume still, so just be careful with this one. Nauticus Robotics, it's testing $5, but there's hardly anybody trading. It's 76,000 shares traded all day, so just be careful with that one. Alpuno, where are you, buddy? HKD's moving. It's a long time no see. That joke's been dead for a while, Pharaoh. So thanks for bringing that one back up. For those of you wondering what we're talking about, going back about 3 or 4 months, we had a conversation in the stream about gender pronouns and self-identification. So as a joke, I said I identified as a lemon, and my pronouns are squeeze and juice or something like that. But that was that joke. Apple making highs. So if you're in Apple, as I am, long term, it's good to see a little bit of a bounce in the tech sector. Amazon making highs. Nice. This'll help my overall portfolio, which was seeing massive red over the last couple of weeks. Well, you've got to put food on the table, buddy. That was a bit of a move. Belly Multimedia. Like I said, a bit of a pedestrian days. Not huge volatility. There's a couple of good things. Most of them made the move pre-market. ADTX is trying to make a move back up. Gets above 350, could be interesting. Yeah, I like Nvidia. I think they've got long-term potential. It's a good sector to be in, but they've had a massive issues this year with the whole supply chain and shortage and whatnot. Google's flying, yeah, absolutely. In fact, the tech sector as a whole is flying, so that's why you look at the Nasdaq up here at the Qs are up at 278, 60s. So Nasdaq's having a good day at the moment. May that continue? We'll see. HKD, AMTD Digital just popped up. Again, low volume, so just be careful with this one. The spreads are currently, wow, 90 cents. Oh no, my mistake. $1.90. $2. The spreads are $2 on HKD, but this can move and does move. When it moves big. But the spreads are wicked rangy, and the volume's never sufficient. So it's akin to gambling a lot of the time. Is that halted? No, just volatility. Just looking for something to trade right now, guys. Something with volume and volatility. Got a few things that are moving, but they're not moving with good volume, and I've got a few things that have got good volume that are not moving with enough volatility. So well, the TQQQ is it's an ETF. It's a multiple of the. It follows the Nasdaq, but it's a multiple of the Nasdaq, so it's a derivative. So if you look at the Qs, this is kind of is it 10% of whatever the Qs are. Oh, Jin, check my link tree. First link, second link in my link tree, and that will be a good start. If you want to learn how to trade, first thing to do is download a copy of TradingView. But I teach people how to trade. Register for the World Series of Day Trading if you want. I mean, for those of you at the Day Trade with Tony course that haven't registered, if you register, they will be distributing access to they'll be distributing access to the platform the day before on the Monday. So when they distribute access to the platform, we'll have a session in the Day Trade with Tony Discord where we can actually go over and help each other understand the platform, get some configuration files together for hotkeys and hot buttons, etc. And that's for those of you that are in the Day Trade with Tony course that haven't registered for the World Series of Day Trading. Go and do it now. So I'm not watching DWAC myself. They've got a few problems. I mean, the volume's not great, but they've got a few problems in terms of liquidity and the money. Whole Truth Social thing looks like it's been, you know, they've been given a deadline to get that merger through, but it looks like they don't want to go ahead because the whole Truth Social's been a bit of a lemon, it seems. Yeah, so this is sideways choppy at the moment. Be careful. No problem at all, Jin. Let's go back to Melco Resorts. This is not looking back. High of day so far is 94. For a bit of a pullback. Current high 690 on this candle. MPX looks not too bad, but bar for the volume. Yeah, well, absolutely, totally agree with you. Stay home and make money. Why not? Oh, that's going to be interesting. If Twitter's just reinstated Trump, I'll look forward to I look forward to the calamity that will ensue. Range on this is only, the ATR is only 6.5 cents, so you've got to be patient with the move. First red candle to make a new low out. Well, we're in a bear market, so we're getting a little bit of a choppy market at the moment. It's kind of sideways in the longer term. We've been selling off over the last week or two. Looking to test $7 will be nice on this one. Starting position. Current high of day is 94, 694. We're in at 691. Exhaler, trying to gain momentum, is it? Minute. We've got up to 96, 696. Well, Exhaler is currently 54 cents. All of my position, all of my holdings are in dollars. Drought skills. If I withdraw in dollars because I withdraw to I've got a Wise account, so I withdraw to my Wise account in dollars and then convert it and move it into whichever account I need to move it to. I may move it to my longer term account. Well, that didn't go very well. I may move it to my longer term account, Chart Skills, which is with Interactive, or I may move it into one of my crypto wallets. Hey Bob, thanks for that. I'm doing the usual, starting red and looking for something to take me green right now. Patience is the key. Well, I've been doing it the last fortnight. Going red and then there's the death cross. Gravestone Doji turns into a hammer candle. We're in a good place. Let's see if we can break $7 this time. Current high of day 696. all the big tech stocks are trading well. Tesla, Amazon, Microsoft, AMD, Micron, Nvidia, they're all trading well today. They're all having a nice technology bounce, and hopefully that will be the cue for some additional volatility in the lower cap stocks, such as Melco Resorts. Trying to test these highs of 696. $6.95 on the ask now. Bit of resistance to beat. What we've got, that's the high of day, 696. There we go. 98, just new high of day. Can we break the whole dollar? We're over the whole dollar. Put a stop in there for a little over break even, and let's see where we can ride. Right, what's the ATR here? 6 cents. I'm just going to put a stop in at 6 cents. Get to 710. I'll change that for a 10-cent trailing stop. Needs to hold 7. I'll take you, don't worry, I'll take you out later. We didn't get to 3,000, so you'll have to wait till I take you out. I don't think Matt was had his finger tapping things, and Edison didn't stick around, so they're the two biggest tappers for you. You have to wait. There we go, we got stopped out, so we made it a little bit back. That's first candle to break a new low, so you know that's not too bad. We were 2,900 down, now we're 2,100 down, so base hits. G-Sun moving. No, not really. Like I say, it's a bit pedestrian today, guys. Not a huge amount of Just risking 5 cents on this. We'll stop 5 cents there. Moving kind of steady, but slow. What else is moving? Hey, not a huge amount. And at 350. I know you normally get a treat about this time, I know, but look, don't blame me, blame the TikTokers. TikTokerists don't want to feed my little fluffy bunny. Come around this side. Oh. Around this side. I don't like you near the camera tripod because you'll lie down and knock it over you. You're a clumsy oaf. You're a fluffy bunny, but you're a clumsy oaf. It's not looking very strong right now, but we'll see. Gonna move back up. Yes, I do, Maka. OBS Studio. I use OBS Studio and what else do I use? Streamlabs. I use OBS Studio for what you're watching on, and I'm using Streamlabs and a recording of Streamlabs for the talk. Oh, did I got stop type? Yeah, I got stop type. So we just gave back some of that 800 we're just taking off it. So I'll have a look at 1/800 flowers. It's up 4% on very low volume. There's no day trade there at all. 1/800 flowers. Now it's been selling off. No swing trade. It's been selling off for quite some time. Unless there's a catalyst here, I'm not seeing anything there. 638. That's just gambling, I reckon. Yeah, I've got everything's on a VPN. My whole network's on a VPN, and just from a security perspective, I have my whole network on a VPN, Ryan. No, TikTok. I've got it's Streamlabs. I was actually using I've got Streamlabs on the desktop, and then I'm recording it on my phone, so it's not really Streamlabs that's streaming to TikTok. Breaking highs. 711, 713. 720. I'll take you out when I'm ready. Give me 5 minutes, okay? I'll end the stream after this trade. Oh, needy dog. Well, I'm watching. I've got a price target of 720, but that's not a signal. Don't copy me blindly. Do your own due diligence. I'll be taking some profit at 720. That's the goal. Just going to put my stop at break even now. Not going to lose on this trade at least. Don't have to worry about this trade. It's break even at least. There we go. Stopped out. I got a little bit of slippage on that. I got 2 cents slippage, but at least the stop's there to save me. Oh, it's I don't think it's going to go to 7.95, but I think I'll be grateful if it does. Can't see it though, based on what's going on at the moment. So I've been making moves. I'll put 40. No, testing 44. Did say if this comes back and gets over 45, it could be interesting. Moved up well for us on Thursday, and we got quite a bit out of it. $7. Yeah, absolutely, Bob. The actually scalping is probably one of the problem with that is you rack up the commissions and it will wipe out your profits. So while scaling in is advisable, if you've got a larger account, you're going for bigger size anyway. This is up quite substantially already today. I'm still looking for the 720. Yeah, you're probably right, Crypto. If you're scalping for, swing trading or what's the word I'm looking for? Spread betting. Might be better off doing it there. The spreads are usually worse though. That's the thing on both of those, CFDs and spread betting. Trade this on the 5 is 708. Low is $7, so that's the range I've got to play with right now. Need to make an appointment at the vet for this one as well. She's been peeing a little blood, so I knew there was something wrong with her on Friday. She just weren't herself, and then over the weekend she started piss. So I think she's got a bit of a UTI again. She's prone to those. You're absolutely right, Chart Skills. There's no capital gains tax if it's spread betting because it's gambling. Well, not in the UK or Ireland, at least. This is the last trade for me. Before I take my break and go take the dog for a walk. Got my stop at $6.99. Pull back, see, it pulls back to the whole dollar. Breaks the whole dollar I'm at. Not a lot moving yet. With the kind of volatility that's going to make you the 5-figure gains. There's my stop. Okay, guys, I'm just going to get out. Let's have a look at where we are at the moment, and pull this across so you can actually see it. And so here, and this one. There we go. Yeah, so this is my face. If you go into my profile on TikTok, you'll find the link. It says here the TikTok Trader. It's with Linktree/TikTok Trader. Go through the splash screen if it pops up. Now, bring you to my Linktree. Now, if you're on YouTube, these are the links that are in the description on the video. So don't worry about this. It's the same link, exactly the same links. Well, I mentioned the World Series of Day Trading. If you've not registered for the World Series of Trading, why not? It's free to register. There's a whole bunch of over $50,000 worth of prize up for grabs. There's 100 prize positions up for grabs. It's just a free competition for day trading the stock market. The hours of trading are market hours. There's no pre and post market. It's only the open market. You get given a $240,000 trading account. It's a simulator account on live data, and the rules are that you've got a maximum cumulative drawdown of $10,000. So if you start with $240,000, at any point during the competition you reach $230,000, you're eliminated from the competition. The top 100 traders in terms of profit value at the end of the competition will be the prize winners. The caveat is that you need to trade at least 4 days. So if you click this link, it's the first link, as I say, on the on the description on the video on YouTube, or it's the first link on my Linktree. You go in there, you'll see all of these details that you can get. It's from the 18th to the 25th of October. Over $50,000 worth of prizes. There's a video on YouTube you can check out. So top winner gets a 9,000 funded account package trading room subscription pro package, and then you've got second prize is a $4,000 package and a trading room subscription to TradeNet, and then there's a $6,000 package for third place. I'll have to dig into that because it's a 4,000 and a 6,000. It doesn't seem right, but there's a huge bunch of packages, a huge bunch of prizes up for grabs, and it was good last year. I traded it twice last year. I traded the spring and the autumn or fall, and very simple. The platform's actually a reasonably intuitive platform. If you're in the Day Trade with Tony course, we'll go over the platform on the Monday. This starts on the Tuesday the 18th. So on Monday the 17th, we'll go over the platform and ready ourselves for ahead of time, a day before, ready for that. So check it out. This is the this is the link tree. First link is the World Series of day trading. It's free to enter. If you're not entered yet, go enter. Do it now. Okay. If you want to learn how to trade from myself, by all means, I'll be happy to teach you. I have this course here. You get access to the private Day Trade with Tony community on the Day Trade with Tony Discord, where I do one-to-many, one-to-one mentoring as well. The syllabus here, if you want to check out this, you want to try it out for free if you want to start off with, you can watch the first lecture on YouTube, Introduction to Trading. There's a link in the link tree. If you're on YouTube already, then just go to the Introduction to Trading. That's the first lecture of the course. If you get anything out of that and you want to take the rest, then by all means sign up and you'll be more than welcome. Why learn from me? Well, I'm a profitable trader. The majority of people that day trade or get involved in day trading are not consistently profitable. In fact, 85% of them are never profitable. And a similar statistic is that they give up within 2 years of starting, never having been profitable. If you scroll down on this link, you'll see that I am profitable. I've got my first 6 months of this year, and I've got my TraderView statistics, which I'll come to in a moment, and I've got my broker reports there, which are one's gross and one's net, which is why I put it up there. The statistics show that what kind of profitability I'm doing. It's not just big swings and things like that. So check that out. If you want to know how to find stocks to trade, what I use to trade stocks, it's Benzinga. It's now the third link down. You click on Benzinga, try it out again, try it out for free. 14 days for free. All you need is your email, and they'll set you up with a Benzinga Pro account. And I use Benzinga for screeners, scanners, news alerts, signals, calendars for IPO, for earnings, that kind of stuff. Benzinga really is a great tool. Benzinga Pro is fantastic. That's where I get all of my my trading ideas. So check it out for free. If you like it, come back to the link tree, come back to the to any of my videos on YouTube. You'll see this DTWT35. Use that discount code and you'll get 35% off. I was talking about TraderView as opposed to TradingView. TraderView is what I use to log all my statistics, log my trades, review and analyze my trades. You can see here, this is September to date. Prior to today, 28,000 in profit on September, bearing in mind that I didn't trade for the first 2 weeks. I was on vacation for the first 2 weeks of September, so I didn't trade, and I reduced my monthly goal from 100,000 to 70,000. Based on where we are right now, it would mean I'd need to do 40,000 this week to achieve that. So I kind of revised my goal last week to 50,000, which will keep me on track for the year, and that means I need to do 20,000, just over 20,000 this week in gross profit, which, based on the fact that I set myself a $5,000 daily goal in profit on average, that would give me 25,000 this week. Now, we've not had a good start at the moment. We're would have to have a $9,000 swing in my favor. That did happen a couple of times so over the last month or so. I'm better. So we'll see. I mean, September's probably not been the best month for me, statistic wise. If I look at my win-loss expectation prior to today, it's kind of a 3-2 on the win-loss expectation in terms of trade selection accuracy. but also in terms of risk versus reward. 90 versus 60 is a 3-to-2 as well. The golden ratio is 2 to 1. I want to usually, I ideally aim for 2 to 1 or better on all my ratios in terms of trade accuracy, trade selection accuracy, and risk reward as well. So what else? Back to the link tree, so people asking what platform I trade on. It's Dash Trader Pro. That's the platform I trade on. It is the OEM version of from Capital Markets Elite Group when I'm trading with Capital Markets Elite Group. If I trade with Interactive Brokers, it is the Dash Trader version, direct from DAS, and it's just linked to my IBKR account. So that's it. I'm going to end the stream there, and we'll take the dog for a walk. I'll come back later. Hopefully we'll get a bit of volatility and we can make the 4K back. Not a good start for the day, not a good start for the week, but we've had worse. And we've come back from worse. So we'll be hoping to do exactly the same again today. I will be back at it. There's no Power Hour stream tonight, but I'll be back at it tomorrow, 90 minutes before the market opens. So if you want to come back and join me then, that's 8 a.m. market time, East Coast, New York. It's 1 p.m. here in Dublin, where I'm based, the same in the UK, and 2 p.m. on the continent of Europe. So come back, join me then. We trade live for the first 90 minutes of the last 90 minutes of pre-market, the first hour of the open, and yeah, join me then. See you there. Catch you later, guys, and have a good rest of your day.